Ayodhya chapter number 75. Bharata has already described 35 different symptoms of the types of sin a person who sent his brother into exile has committed. Symptom 36 is mentioned in verse 43. Sanchitanasya vitani vividhani sahasrasha dasyubhir vipralupyantam yasya aryo anumate gata. May that man's accumulated extensive possessions of various kinds of wealth be snatched away by thieves in thousands of ways if he has counseled the exile of my esteemed brother. Bharata is speaking to those who are extremely rajasic in nature. So those people work hard so that they can enjoy the benefits of their hard work. Now imagine that a person has worked very hard and someone comes over and snatches everything away. It is a very disappointing prospect. So Bharata is saying that even if a person does not have the true knowledge of Upanishad or any of the Vedas, wherein it's very clearly mentioned that everything that you possess belongs to the Lord, he wants those people also to understand that sending Rama away is a very huge sin. So that even the people who believe that their hard earned money should be enjoyed by them will understand that what Kaikeyi did was a very huge, colossal sin. Symptom 37 is mentioned in verse 44. Ubhe sande shayanasya yat papam parikalpyate tachat papam bhavetasya yasya aryo anumate gata. May he who counseled the exile of my esteemed brother acquire the extent of demerit fixed for a person who sleeps at the hour of twilight, of dawn and dusk. Now, in Vedas, it is very clearly mentioned that one should do prayers at least 3 times a day. There are fixed, regulated prayers to be offered during the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. Even in temples, Usha Puja, Ucha Puja, and Sandhya Puja are very important. In chapter 70 of Krishna book, it is very clearly mentioned that Lord Krishna also rose early from his bed about 3 hours before sunrise. After rising from bed, Lord Krishna would wash his mouth, hands and feet and would immediately sit down and meditate on himself. We, on the other hand, should meditate on Krishna and Radha. The Lord acted as an ideal householder to teach the whole human society to rise early in the morning and immediately engage in Krishna consciousness. Similarly, evening prayers are also very important. We see in multiple places Rama and Lakshmana offering evening prayers on the banks of River Tamsa and many other places. Therefore, from these 2 scriptures is evident that one should wake up very early in the morning and one should offer prayers in the morning and in the evening. And at that time, sleeping when we should be engaged in prayers is an example of tamoguna, very deep tamoguna. And Bharata criticizes people of that deep tamoguna and says that you are supposed to wake up early in the morning and you are supposed to offer your prayers at dawn and at dusk. And if you don't, you have committed a sin equivalent to sending Rama into exile. Symptoms 38, 39 and 40 are mentioned in verse 45. Yad agni dayake papam, yat papam guru talpage, mitra drohe cha yat papam, tat papam pratipadyatam. Let him who sent my brother into exile obtain the sin attached to a person who practices arson, to a man who violates his teacher's bed, and to a man who cheats his friend. Let's break these down. Symptom 38 is Yad Agni Dayake Papam, the sin of committing arson or setting fire to human settlements. In Mahabharata, we know that Duryodhan wanted to destroy the Pandavas by burning them to death in the Lakshagraha incident. Of course, the Pandavas escaped from that arson. However, in Bhagavad Gita 136, Srila Prabhupada very clearly mentions this in his purport. According to the Vedic injunctions, there are 6 kinds of aggressors. Poison giver, one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons, one who plunders riches, one who occupies another's land, and one who kidnaps another's wife. Such aggressors are at once to be killed, and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. And since the Pandavas have committed all of these, they were worthy of being killed without incurring any sin in return. But it's very evident from the statement that according to the Vedic injunctions, an arsonist is a huge sinner. Now we know that in Sundarakand, Hanuman set fire to the entire city of Lanka. In Yuddhakand, we see that Sugriva asks the monkeys to set fire to the entire city of Lanka. So are they aggressors? Absolutely not. The Vanaras, including Hanuman, set the city of Lanka on fire in the service of Lord Ram. But we are not supposed to mimic them. We are merely supposed to follow their footsteps in their service attitude towards the Lord. Anyway, Bharata says that the person who conspired to send Rama into exile has committed the same sin as an arsonist. Symptom 39 is Yat Papam Guru Talpage, or violating his teacher's bed. It basically means to sleep with Guru's wife. The Vedic system talks about these 7 different types of mothers. Atma Mata, Guru Patni, Brahmani, Rajapatnika, Dhenur, Dhatri, Tata Prithvi, Saptaita Matara Smrita. These mothers are the original mother, the wife of a teacher or a spiritual master, the wife of a brahmana, the king's wife, the cow, the nurse, and the earth. From this, it is evident that Guru Patni, or the wife of the teacher or guru, is equivalent to one's own mother, Atma Mata. Therefore, sleeping with Atma Mata is just a very reprehensible act. Therefore, Bharata says that the person who conspired to send his brother into exile has committed the same sin as sleeping with one's own mother. The symptom 40 is Mitra Drohe. That means the person who cheats his own friend. This is same as what is mentioned in verse 31, Mitre Druhyeta. That means deceiving a friend. But in this verse, Bharata combines this Mitra Drohe Papam with arson and violating the teacher's bed. So we can see that this Mitra Drohe is of more gigantic proportions than the other, which causes greater devastation. Verse 31 is accompanied by kicking of cows and personally abusing elders. And the third one is deceiving a friend. But we have to understand that this drohe, or this deception, is to a greater personal devastation. Symptom 41 is mentioned in verse 46. Devatanam pitranam cha mata pitrustathaiva cha masma karshit sa sushrusham yasya aryo anumate gata. May the one who counseled the exile of my esteemed brother acquire the sin in the same way as a person who fails to show obedience to the devatas, the ancestors, and his parents. Now, we have already seen in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter, verse 41, Devarishi Bhutapta Nirnam Pitranam Na Kinkaro Nayam Rini Charajan Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parihritya Kartam. O King, one who has given up all material duties and has taken full shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, who offers shelter to all, is not indebted to the demigods, great sages, ordinary living beings, relatives, friends, mankind, or even one's forefathers who have passed away. Since all such classes of living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, one who has surrendered to the Lord's service has no need to serve such persons separately. Every ordinary conditioned soul is a recipient of innumerable benefits given by the Devatas who provide moon and sunshine and rain, wind, food, and ultimately one's own material body. And in Bhagavad Gita it is stated, Stena evasa. One who does not reciprocate with the demigods by offering them sacrifice is Tena, or a thief. We are accepting service from innumerable living entities and we are obligated to repay them. Apta means one's own family members to whom we are certainly obligated according to normal morality, and Rina means human society. But until one becomes a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one is certainly the product of his society. Of course, our debt is also to our forefathers and ancestors who carefully preserved moral and social customs so that we, their descendants, could live peacefully. Therefore, the word Pitrinam or forefathers indicates our debt to previous generations. So, this is the golden standard. But Bharata is talking to the people who do not know the meaning of shelter to the Supreme Lord, or they do not know who the Supreme Lord is, and they merely think that doing their duty is enough, and their duty is to do their service to the Devatas, their duty is to offer their respect to the ancestors and serve their mother and father. That's it. They have no other understanding, no other greater understanding. And they think that just doing their normal duty is more than enough. So Bharata is saying that he can be precluded from discharging his debts to the devas by Agnihotra and offerings of ghee and cakes of rice to the Pitris by Shraddhas and libations of water on the anniversary of their deaths, on the days of the eclipse and on the new moon day, and to his parents by rendering them every service possible when they are alive. Symptoms 42 and 43 are mentioned in verse 47. Satam lokat satam kirtya sajjustat karmanaha tata brashyatu kshipram adya eva yasya aryo anumate gata. May he who counseled the exile of my esteemed brother be shut out from the worlds reached by the good and the virtuous. May he be denied the happiness and joy so highly praised by the good. Now, Bharata is talking in terms of sattva guna. A person who does good deeds will acquire good results as well. We have seen from Balakand, Lord Parashurama says that he has multiple lokas. We will see in Aranyakand that sages Sharbhanga and Sutikshna had acquired multiple lokas out of their penance and they wanted Rama to have all of them. And Rama says no, and we will understand why when we reach Aranyakand. But the byproduct of being virtuous is that you will automatically get a lot of good things. But devotees such as Sharbanga and Sutikshna understood that they are just byproducts and they are not the main goal. And we will understand that in greater detail when we come to the beginning of Aranyakand. And Bharata is saying that even though that person might have been virtuous and accrued a lot of wonderful worlds, because of the one sin of counseling his brother into exile, he will immediately lose all those worlds. Symptom 43 says that the person will lose the illustriousness or kirtiyaha enjoyed by good men with righteous actions. Once again, virtue has another byproduct, and that is fame or kirti. Don't we talk about a lot of righteous people? We are not talking about devotees over here because the devotees come under the Vishuddha Sattva. They are beyond the three modes of material nature. Right now, Bharata is talking about people in the Sattva Guna. And he is saying that even Sattva Guna has a lot of reactions. For example, in the previous symptom, he says that they obtain punyalokas. In this symptom, he is saying that they acquire a lot of fame or illustriousness. And he is saying that despite all the fame that that person has had so far, this one action of his, that is counseling his brother into exile, is enough to diminish all his fame. And this is very true. Kaikeyi was known for her beauty, for being the favorite wife of King Dashrath, for loving Rama more than she even loved her own son Bharata. She is a warrior princess who was a charioteer of Dashratha in his fight against the Asuras. But because of that one action of hers, that is sending Rama off into exile, she is immortalized as the evil stepmother who sent her beloved Rama into exile. Therefore, all the other kirti and fame that Kaikeyi had previously enjoyed is now dashed to the ground, and now she is universally reviled, and she has only one person in her corner right now, and that is Rama.